Nation of Fit in 10, welcome to day 63. 7 days to go. 7 days, the final week, 10% left. It goes by super fast. You're probably tired of me hearing that, but it goes by super fast. Now, I want to remind you that still a lot can happen in, well, maybe not a lot, but still a reasonable amount can happen in a week, in 7 days. I mean, after all, the challenge is made up of 10 of these, right? So, I want to just encourage you to keep sprinting and keep working just as hard as you have, or if not harder, as you move to the very, very end. And of course, your final scan isn't going to happen till next Saturday or Sunday, unless I'm doing your scan early because you're going away. All right, more questions. Oh no, before questions, I want to just tell you, the iso bars that some of you are having, which, by the way, if you haven't tried them, just let me know. I'm happy to give you one. If you have a sweet tooth, you'll probably like these bars. If you're not a sweet person, if you're more of a savory person, then you may not like them because they are somewhat sweet. There is honey in them. There are cranberries. Some of them do contain a little bit of chocolate, etc. So they are on the sweeter side. If you haven't tried one, let me know. These bars are stated to be 80 grams each. Every single bar that I've weighed out, and yes, I've weighed them out. I don't typically weigh them out, but I do weigh them out every now and then, especially if I'm divvying them up into halves. And that's not because I have a half, it's usually because I have one and a half. Every single bar that I've weighed is more than 80 grams. So this is kind of interesting, right? It always says 80, but they're always, when I've weighed them, they're anywhere from 84 to 90 grams. 84 to 90 grams. So, we're talking like 5% to, over 10% bigger than the stated claim. I've never measured them under. So if anybody wants to test me on that or claim otherwise, weigh them and see. Okay, they're giving you more than what's advertised, if you can believe it. Okay, questions here. This person writes, did the workouts on my own during the past week to test out my body and to avoid aggravating my shoulder in a group setting. I did 2 lower body workouts and 1 partial upper body workout. Bicep curls, tricep press downs, and a couple of core exercises. In regards to my shoulder, a sports chiropractor determined a tendon in my rotator cuff is inflamed, and that it's the cause for not being able to lift my right arm up. The lower body workouts last week were fine, and good cardio sessions have to come into the gym. For the remaining lower body workouts this week, it will probably be a couple of weeks before being able to do a full body workout. Always optimistic. Okay, I'm surprised you were able to do a tricep push down. And I mean, you could probably get away with bicep curl. Just depends, I guess, on exactly where the pain is in the shoulder, how bad the shoulder is. But what this tells me is your shoulder is stronger than I suspected. Actually, I read this question earlier and I misread it. I thought you said you couldn't do these things, but you did do these things. There's some other things you can do too with a shoulder where you can't raise it up. I've had frozen shoulder. I think I mentioned a couple videos ago last year. I hurt my shoulder so bad I could not move my arm, and I really couldn't use it I really couldn't do much with it for a good week or two, and then it took me about, it took me about 3 months for it to recover to about 80-90%. It wasn't even, it was 100% for maybe 5 months, if you can believe that. I couldn't press weights that I normally would for about 5 months. But here are some things that you can do that you're probably not doing. You can do pull downs. Okay, now you might say, well, I can't lift up my arm. Try it and see how it is. You can go light, but pull downs you can probably do. So not pull ups, but pull downs. You need a machine for this. But if you come to class and we're doing pull ups, let's just say, you could go around to the back and use a pull down machine. Okay. Rows, you could do pretty much any version of row, whether it's a wide arm row or arm tight to the side. It's possible a wide arm row might aggravate it. You'll know right away. But I can guarantee you can do a row where your arm is close to the side. For triceps, okay, I would stay away from the press downs, even though you did it. We just want to kind of avoid anything where we have to really stabilize the weight. So for triceps, I would recommend skull crushers. Okay, doing something like a skull crusher. Yeah, I'd probably just maybe stick to that one, or there's some other ones that I could think of. But a dumbbell kickback, although I'm not really a big fan of those, or a crossbody tricep extension, you'll probably be okay with that. Basically lying on your back and doing anything extension of the arm, of the elbow, just the elbow. So not doing like a close grip press, of course. Anything in that manner should be okay for the shoulder. And doing some light external rotation. So rotation this way, okay, with a band. So keeping the arm 90 degrees here and then just rotating around, okay? And especially you're probably gonna find that, at the extreme end, at the end range, that this is going to be sensitive. So doing that range and of course doing this range. Okay, so trying to keep the elbow into the side, keep the elbow forward into the side and coming around, and using a band for this. Okay, a band, it's gonna be variable tension with a band. That is, you're gonna get more tension as you come out, but that's also gonna be the weaker portion, so it's gonna be hard for you to pull it out. So don't use too much tension, but what I would do is that motion, okay, so you can do both hands at the same time. So here, like this, you're gonna try to externally rotate, keep the shoulders down, keep the elbows in, externally rotate, and hold at the extremity for 5 seconds on each rep. Okay, this will be good for the shoulder. This is gonna help to strengthen. And yes, you will be using some of those rotator muscles, but getting some blood flow and having them work, this is gonna be good. Okay, getting some movement, some light movement and blood flow is gonna help with the recovery of the shoulder, okay? And the fact that you already did bicep curls and tricep press downs, which I wouldn't recommend either of those, tells me that your shoulders is doing better than expected. Okay, moving along here. This person writes, so this is under something you can improve upon for the following week. I could sleep earlier to get more rest. Yeah, this is 100% what I would recommend. If you are lacking in sleep or if you feel tired in the day, if you feel like you're not getting enough sleep, go to bed earlier. Just go to bed earlier, because chances are your final hour or two in the evening, or maybe 3, you're probably doing nothing of really, you're probably not doing anything important, okay? You're probably, not always, but you might be just kind of, well, I don't want to say wasting time, because we need downtime. We need time to do nothing. But, take some time and go to bed earlier, even half an hour earlier, all right? I would highly recommend setting yourself up with some sort of sleep hygiene. Okay, so for me, I like to read before I go to bed. I don't really like to read. I would prefer to watch TV, but I force myself to read. And usually it's just the hard part of it is just getting into reading for me. But it puts me to sleep. Okay, and I avoid any blue screen or any light for that matter. Okay, any light that's directly into my face. And you should get a better sleep. This is really 9 minutes? Whoa. Okay. Let's go to the message of the day. Okay, today's message on day 63. Along the road to success, you can expect bumps, hurdles, breakdowns, mini failures, and moments where you feel like you want to give up. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Along the road to success, you can expect bumps, hurdles, breakdowns, mini failures, however you want to look at them. Moments when you feel like you want to give up. This is normal on the road to achieving anything, okay? I don't want to say on the road to success. That's actually originally what it says. This is normal on the road to success. But when you're working towards anything, and I don't really know if we ever reach a final destination per se when we're working towards something, but if we want to keep improving, we are going to go through all of this stuff here. We're going to go through all these things where we think we're not cut out for it, where we think it's pointless, all this stuff, okay? So this is normal. This is normal to encounter obstacles, to go through periods where you're questioning yourself, to all this stuff. This is normal. As I mentioned before, those that are successful in what they achieve, those are the people who they don't give up. They just keep going. And I love it because like it's amazing because I'm one of these people who, and I'm trying to change this is just based on my history. Oftentimes when I encounter these things, especially when I was younger, I would just give up, right? So because that's the way I thought. So I want to encourage you not to do that, especially in this whole Fit in 10 challenge. Okay, now I know it's ending in a week, but moving on outside of the challenge, right? And I will talk about what we'll do, or what I suggest that you do post-challenge. I will give you a document that will outline what to do, okay? And, it's important that you keep going, okay? It's important that you keep working at this, that you keep working out, that you keep some level of control over your eating, okay? Not just for weight loss or weight stabilization, but for your health, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop there because this is a super long video. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for the love of God. Give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. The final week, you guys.